The last 5 minutes of The Sopranos is some of the most brilliant 5 minutes of television I have ever had the pleasure to witness. The way in which it is edited together is perfect. Literally. It's almost mathematical in its approach, similar to the Mexican standoff scene in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And what I would like to do in this video is analyze this last scene of The Sopranos and explain why it is literally perfect. We start the scene with a Tony Soprano wearing different clothes, walking in to the restaurant and looking at where he will be sitting, and then a cut back to a close-up of him, and then a cut back to him actually sitting where he is in different clothes. Then we get several cuts showing the going-ons of the restaurant. Very normal stuff. People flipping burgers, sitting down, eating, normal stuff. This is to give the scene an atmosphere of everything is normal. This will be a normal family dinner. Then we are treated to the first ding of the night, which is louder than anything else in the scene, I might add. And this is the first time Tony looks up at the door to see who is coming in. And now we are treated to the second bell ding of the night. Tony looks up again, similar to the first time, as he is getting his quarters out to put in the machine. The song he picks, of course, is Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, which starts playing the second Carmela walks into the restaurant. We then get more shots of the restaurant goers to reinforce this atmosphere they've created that everything is still normal, and that this is going to be a completely normal family dinner.
What looks good tonight?
I don't know.
We then get some normal husband and wife conversation about their kids.
Where's the goat?
He just called. He's on his way. Med's coming separately. She had to go to the doctor.
And then we get a shot of the guy that came in on the second bell ding. Everything is still normal. We then get the third bell ding of the night with a suspicious looking character walking ahead of AJ. Then when AJ sits down, we get a medium shot of the suspicious guy looking over his shoulder, then a close-up cut to AJ, implying the suspicious guy is looking at their table. We are then forced to watch Meadow attempt to parallel park very unsuccessfully, and this got me thinking, why are they showing Meadow having trouble parking? Well, more on that later. So then we come back into the diner and we get yet another medium shot of this suspicious looking guy looking over his shoulder, but this time it's a close-up cut to Tony, implying he's looking at Tony this time. Then we get to listen to a conversation about focusing on the good times, as AJ puts it.
Right. Focus on the good times.
Don't be sarcastic.
Isn't that what you said one time? Try and remember the times that were good?
In my opinion, that draws attention to the whole point of this scene from Tony's perspective, which is that this simple family dinner is one of those good times that he's supposed to be focusing on. And this is why he keeps looking up at the door every time the bell dings, because he's waiting on each member of his family to arrive. And next up, we continue to watch Meadow struggle to parallel park, bringing back that question that I asked earlier. Why is it important to show her struggling to park in this scene? In my opinion, the whole reason that this is in the scene is to extend that intense atmosphere that this scene is bringing. I've already established earlier that the reason Tony is looking up every time the bell dings is because he's waiting on a member of his family. So we know he's waiting on Meadow, which allows us to empathize with him and his eagerness to have all of his family together. Okay, so now we get a cut of the suspicious looking guy getting up, and then we get a cut to a close up of Tony looking up at him. Then something interesting happens. We cross the 180 axis to show the suspicious looking guy going into the bathroom. This is the only time in this whole scene there is a shot like this. Then we get some more normal stuff, more people coming into the restaurant, the family enjoying some onion rings. Then finally, some of the most important few seconds in all of The Sopranos. There's a final ding. Tony looks up. There's a close-up shot that lasts 1.5 seconds of him, and then a hard cut on the word stop in the song. Let's watch real quick. And then we are treated to 10 seconds of a black screen with no sound. So what is my interpretation of the last 5 minutes of The Sopranos? Well, the first time I watched it, not only did I jump out of my seat, but after I calmed down, I thought about it. And my first interpretation of it was that nothing happened. Literally nothing had happened. I thought they were just showing random shots of people to try and build up the intensity, but all it was in the end was just a normal family dinner. But then I got to thinking about that suspicious looking guy, who I kept calling a suspicious looking guy, and all the cuts and edits surrounding his character. And that's when I started to piece it together that I think Tony actually got shot and killed. And that's what I think the 10 seconds of black screen and silence is that is the show's interpretation of what happens when you die.